Assalamualaikum. My name is Fatimah. I am 32 years old, living my best life with my family member. Cancer to me is something that has been highlighted to be very fearful event for anybody. It is a kind of illness that is feared and always something taboo to be, to be talked about. So to me, media always taught me how devastated your life will be if you have cancer. And it's the most horrifying thing that you can actually have. For me, it was very weird since I don't really have any symptoms. It's just that I was having a pretty hectic life at that particular time, and it was super hard for me to actually find time for myself. So, this one particular evening where I was super busy and had no time for my workout session, and I had pretty late workout session, and come time to clean myself, I accidentally wrapped my fingers around my neck and found a lump without any pain and whatnot. Prior to that, it's just that that particular night, that lump was a bit more painful than usual. And from there, I think it's a little bit weird for someone to have any kind of lump anywhere on their body. So I opt to go and search for the answer. To be honest, at that moment of life, when I found out a lump on my neck, it wasn't really anything serious going through my mind. It's just a weird sensation that I need to go and get it checked. But, trying to think of it being serious wasn't really a question at that particular moment. The pain actually led me to think that it was something has to do with the poor workout, like posture or something like that. Makes me feel like I might be doing excessively, in working out. Never that I've ever think about it being something malignant at all. It was actually very funny. Um, Funny to me actually because I thought it was a prank. Honestly, I thought it was a prank because at that particular time, I was so busy doing something for our business. So I was consistently on my phone talking to my contractors and whatnot. And the doctor called me in her office and suddenly like greeted me very kindly and friendly. I was like, okay, I didn't actually think about it too seriously. But when she told me about my diagnosis, the first initial thought was to just look around for a prank camera, for a hidden camera, because I thought it was a prank. Yeah, that was my first initial response to this particular news. Talking about the moment that I found out about my diagnosis in the room itself, in the office itself, after this kind of like a feeling like I got pranked, something like that, I immediately thought to myself, oh, is it time already? It's not really why me, but is it time already? Is this the time for me to get tested by the superior? It's kind of like me receiving a quest rather than me asking whether why me or not. It's like, wow, I got this something new that I have to take care of. Is it time already? So, yeah. Actually, my uncle was the first person I told about my diagnosis, and my uncle was a former medical person and still practicing till now, but he was a former someone big in this hospital or to say medical industry. So while talking to him, I actually put every single like hope on his answer because I think getting a second opinion is like going to confuse me more and I prefer for someone with experience to tell me what's best for me. So my uncle was actually the person who kind of guided me through of what to do, and I trusted his method and his what we call that guidance all the way. So second opinion, we talk about it, but we never really opted for opinion anyways. So yeah, I trusted my instinct to follow his direction, and here I am. Um, it was a challenge for me because I was always the one who's always there to be the reliable one. And so to have my family member, my loved ones to have to deal with the news is very heartbreaking for me. I think majority of my fear and tears actually for my family member, because I think they actually reacted very positively to me, and I was the one who actually trying my best to kind of like break the news as soft as possible, and the reaction that I got from them was actually very encouraging because it's towards the positive side all the way. Of course, sadness will be there. There was sadness like super. I wouldn't say obvious, but I would say they try to cover the sadness with all the positivity and optimistic solution to it. So yeah, I am super duper grateful to have my family members and people that I know and love to be by my side all the time, because going through with the treatment itself wasn't something that I know. Basically, this is something new to every new cancer patient, right? So having them by my side and arranging things systematically, some of them giving ideas, some of them literally helping me day and night, and actually scheduling things, like not even the treatments, it's just like scheduling, even your toilet time and whatnot. Scheduling systematically every single thing really helped me to prepare myself for the treatment coming. So having them telling me what to do, because I was the one who always told, like, to actually told them before of what things have, being the reliable one before wasn't really easy for me to let other people guide me, but to have them telling me, relax, you do whatever you can do for yourself, but we are going to arrange things for you, is the best thing ever to prepare myself for the treatment. Because being systematic about everything, even where you place your basket for you to actually throw up, also very important process, and it really makes everything easier for my journey. I'm the kind of person who actually very well in the middle. I like adventure. At the same time, I like to prepare myself. You wouldn't call a person who likes adventure to prepare a lot, right? But I think I am quite balanced in that. So the thing that I always think about is to just prepare yourself properly, and other than preparing, you need to actually have mental strength to kind of like get yourself ready for the adventure kind of. So I do a lot of research of what to actually, what will you expect in this particular journey that you're gonna go and embark yourself in. So partly I'm waiting for the adventure. Another part of me doing all the kind of research that I can, so I kind of know of what things coming to me, what kind of things will I have to go through. But at the same time, I don't feel like I'm all scared before the treatment. So for me, right, my type of cancer, I was supposed to go through 12 sessions of chemotherapy, Each sessions have 2 doses, so you have to go through each doses every 14 days, and you have to go through with this blood work before you can see the medical team to see whether you are kind of like suitable for you to proceed with the treatment of chemotherapy. And I didn't know until the end that I was actually having radiotherapy as well. So I did 10 fractions of radiotherapy, but my chemotherapy was reduced to only 6 sessions. So I only have that, and the process is actually something, it is called the kind of like a main what we call that medical progress for a cancer a patient like me. So we have to go through it accordingly to the program has been set for us. So they will initially tell you about things that we have to go through, but if they have to add or to minus some things up, they will let you know in advance. It is very, very, very true that we all will experience differently. Experience the treatment, the feelings, the everything totally different. From one to another, it will not be a similar set of, treatments, and the reaction to it will be definitely different. So challenges that I've gone through for my treatment was something to be expect of. I had to change medication quite a lot because I have trouble with, nausea, and to me it's the most challenging part because throughout the process I never get to relax even one bit. And therefore the medical team actually helped out in terms of changing, specific medication to help me with that particular problem. And I do suffer from severe pain, but it is nothing that I can tell any of you that it will be the same for any of us, because it's totally different, because I literally have the experience of people having the same kind of dose with me together on the chair, like having no reaction at all. So for me, it's quite challenging to that part, and it's kind of play with my mental health a little bit, but I'm able to cut through or go through all of this because I believe that every hardship given to you, you are able to take care of it, because that's the promise from the God Almighty. It was chemo cycle 2, dosage number 1. There is this feeling that I finally see myself alone, like totally alone in this world, because it was super hard on me, and even I couldn't see myself with my loved ones. Even I couldn't see myself with anything around me anymore. Like I don't feel anything, anyone, or nothing at all. I don't feel anything because I feel so isolated from this world. And to be honest, that was my most low of my lowest low in my life. And that actually elevates me in my spiritual belief, because at that particular moment, God actually planted something very beautiful in my mind to go through, because he kind of like basically tells me, he told me that I am going to be alone. I am going to be alone in every situation, and he will always be with me. So in a kind of way, it kind of like strengthened my mind to not rely on the worldly thing and to any other than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, God himself. So I felt so isolated with my surrounding, but I feel so close to him, so close to that, to the fact that I actually saw new lights coming up, like going through for me, so that I know that I can still move on. Yeah. Spiritually, I am I'm happy with the fact that I get the guidance from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to go all about this. I mean, to go through with all of this. The reason that I'm still here and I am able to go through with this, with all the challenges that I have gone through, right, is that I've been guided by him. So I am truthfully very happy to the fact that I'm very grateful that I got this cancer, because without this, I would have not realized how God has always been by my side, and I was the one abandoning the ship all along. And he simply grabbed me back onto the boat itself and lead me to the way to go through with all of this. Like I said before, it's kind of like a task or a journey or a quest. And spiritually, I've been guided to go through this quest with a lot of, information and guidance and the manual kind of how to go through about this one. It has everything for me to move along and go on with the treatment and to have the proper mindset for this, because make me realize that in this particular world, there's nothing more important than your connection with God. So everything has been made easy for me. Every difficulty that I have to go through will actually help me in my afterlife. And I am a believer of the reason you're being tested in this particular world is to actually help you and guide you to a better life here and ahead. So that particular mindset helped me a lot in trying to smile in pain, that kind of a metaphorically to tell you guys that I'm learning to love the pain so that I'm able to kind of like hold on to the idea that everything has the answer. Basically, every single thing that you have to go through in this particular life will be guided to you if you ask for guidance. Before, everything was in a rush that I do not know where it leads to. To be honest, there's a blur future for me before. But this time around, after all of the things that I've went through, it's clearer to me. I'm still learning to make it even more clearer, but it's clearer to me that the journey that I have to go through from today onwards is something that for me to decide, to make sure that my life from today and onwards will be meaningful. So my perspective of life now has changed 180 degrees, because I do not need to be chasing or to be in a rush of anything, because I will not ever know when my time will be off from this world. So I will try my best to live the best I can each moment that I've been given, to make sure that it's a quality life. I want it to be a very high quality life, so I need to enjoy every single moment. I want to feel every single moment. So, yeah. I would say that overall, I see things differently now. I wouldn't call it a habit though, it's just something that I've been practicing now, is to just let go of a lot of things. So I do not need things to be perfect anymore. I used to be a perfectionist, so I used to be pushing myself to make sure that everything in line and whatnot. This time around, I wasn't really that anymore. Some people might see this as negative, some people might see this as positive, and I myself do not know where this leads me to, but I can see that when I take things less seriously and enjoy every moment, I can see things clearly. I can actually feel my surrounding. I can actually be in touch with my feelings, which I do not have last time. So if you would say something like, what is habit for me right now, is the habit of me trying to feel. I'm trying to feel every single thing, my surrounding, my feelings, my whatever it is around me, my circumstances and whatnot. So I would like to feel. That's the newest thing that I'm putting in my life right now, to feel. I was a loner before, and I wouldn't say I will still be proud of it, no. But after all of these things, I've learned the fact that I was never alone, and I am better at keeping a relationship now more than ever. Post treatments, I've learned Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave me the guidance to actually find myself in the situation where I am blessed with beautiful family, family and friends around me to help me out. And I have to learn from them to actually take care of myself and take care of each other. So my relationship with other people now is better than ever, because I am currently still learning to, communicate and to engage more than I was before. It wasn't necessarily a bad thing to have too many support around you. It's good to be alone sometimes, but it is also better for you to have companion along the way. And now I'm trying and learning how to appreciate people more. I can actually find everything around me funny because life is all about laughters and, make things out of anything or something, right? So obviously my journey, my treatments and whatnot wasn't that easy, but every single moment, if I can recall, humor among them are like a casual thing. So there's definitely one time that I was super concerned about a cockroach because I saw it, like, we kind of have like a situation where a cockroach enter my bedroom and we have to kind of like spray it with this you know insect spray, right? So it struggle really reminds me of my chemotherapy. So I told my sister-in-law to just help him out because he was actually having chemo itself. So one of that was really a reminder of me that you can actually take everything in this life lightly. You cannot have a very serious life, Humor is everywhere. Like I'm telling you, it was very funny, and I never once think that my whole journey was a very serious one to begin with. I think I'm happier now because I finally know what I need to do in life. I am still learning. I wouldn't say that I get it all now. I'm still searching for it, but things get clearer every time. It's clearer and clearer and becomes more clearer to me. So I'm happy to the fact that I'm not questioning anything anymore right now. I'm going forward without asking much. Like I said, I'm still learning to do that, but in learning, I find peace. I find that I'm in control more than before. To know that I can leave any uncertainty to God without me having to overthink everything anymore. So I am happy that I actually know what to do in my life now. I am chasing towards my goal more better than before, and I feel that I feel everything now. So yeah, I'm happy. Trust in Him. Trust in Him. The only reason I am here today is just that I put my trust in Him 100%. Because the moment He gave you this challenge, He knows that you can go through this because He's the one who created you, and He wants you to come back to Him, to ask Him to help you out on this particular journey. So trust Him. I learned about this and I was amazed by the fact that it helped me a lot. And I realized without Him, I'm not at all will be in this particular life with ease. So the only thing I wanted to tell to all of you, to put your trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You do not know of things that He knows. So every single thing that comes through your way, to your way, by Him, has a reason, has a purpose. Take it. In Islam, we call it redha. It's not an easy thing to do, by the way. It's not a very easy thing to do, to redha or to say, to give in. It's not easy, but try your best to do so. And trust in Him. Trust in Him. He knows what He's doing. You might not know, but He knows. Trust Him.